Welcome everybody to the newest installment of Rotchford Associates presents 5-minute financial lessons. And this time I swear I'm going to keep it under 5 minutes. Today we're going to talk about getting started with estate planning. Now we could make this very, very short and just tell you to go straight to an attorney. And in the end, that's something that's really smart. You should have a trust drawn up with an attorney, have all your estate planning done through them, rock solid. But I know most people are a little hesitant to call around attorneys and to get stuff knocked out like this. So I'm going to give you some ways that you can get started and knock things out on your own without going to an attorney first. So how do we get started? Well, first off, make a list of all the assets that you have. The companies, the account numbers. If you were to pass away today, what money, what belongings do you have access to, and how do you let your loved ones know where to find all of them? Second step, make your wishes known. Now this is medical and this is for belongings. So again, in a trust, you'll have a will, which is a part of that, or you could just have a will on its own, and that allocates where you want your things to go. So before you can get to an attorney's, have something handwritten and signed by yourself. We've heard that from some attorneys. It'll hold up the best in court. Don't have it typed. Have it handwritten. Again, eventually you're going to want to get to attorney for all of this, but they say that stuff that you can find available online, judges usually don't like to see. But if you can prove that it's your own handwriting through the whole thing, that might hold up pretty well. Regardless, it'll go through probate. So there's going to be some issues there. Medical, do the same thing, but another caveat to that, step 3, power of attorney. Right now, I'm in Arizona. If you look up Arizona Durable Power of Attorney, you can get onto the state site. You can download the form, and I'm going to try and put links underneath for you guys to find some of these, but they're subject to change, of course. But you can have your Durable Power of Attorney, you fill it out, and you have to have it notarized, but you can have something done. Again, this is all stuff that will be covered if you get yourself a trust with an attorney, but before you get to that point, this is stuff that you can do today. Now, step 4, this one's probably the most important and something that not a lot of people know, but make sure you update your beneficiaries. Even on your bank accounts, they're called TODs, transfer on death, or PODs, payable on death. Make sure all the accounts you have beneficiaries. Even cars with Arizona, if you go to the ADOT website, if your car is paid off, there's a form you can sign, have notarized, attach it to the title. If you were to pass away, the person who you sign that beneficiary over to can go to the DMV and they can have the car transferred in their name. And it's a much simpler process than going through probate. But why this is so important is this supersedes anything you have in a trust. For example, say you have an old 401k and you were married once before and you made that spouse your beneficiary. This is years later, you have a new spouse, you're putting a trust together and you put all of your old accounts in the trust and you say that your new spouse is the beneficiary, she gets everything. Well, if you pass away, it doesn't matter what you have in the trust if there's an allocation beneficiary directly with that company. If you don't make the trust your company, or the trust your beneficiary, or your new spouse the beneficiary, it goes to whoever you had before. So it could be the old spouse. So update your beneficiaries. So that's the short and sweet version of how to get started with estate planning. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to either myself, Anthony, or my stepfather, J.R. Rotchford. We are here to help. And look at that, we kept it under 5 minutes. Cheers, guys.